Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello, hello. It
Welcome
is call time.
with Double XL. Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's Sunday night. We have 2 people watching already. Thank you for joining us. It's a snowy Sunday night, both here in Berlin as well as in Boston. Is that right, Nacho?
That's very true. You can see here right out of my window. You can see how much it's snowy. Look at that.
Beautiful.
It's a
So we have
beautiful
a certain synchronicity, even though this show happens across different continents, and I think that's a quite beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's also we can thank our producers.
Yeah, thank you, Weather Machine, that we built up there. Big budget Comedy Cafe Berlin. Please make sure you donate so we can keep that Weather Machine functioning. Just help out the theater here by going to comedycafeberlin.com/donate. Yeah, it costs a lot of money to run a weather machine.
Yeah, we're looking forward to buy an earthquake machine soon, so please donate. It's a lot of money again, but we're trying to make our transcontinental shows as transcontinental as possible, and that requires a lot of dough. So yeah, please donate to the Comedy Cafe Berlin, and welcome everyone. They're in your stream.
Yeah, and
hello, stream people.
And as with the show is titled as Call Time, so I guess one might just probably assume that means that we talk, just the two of us, I think.
Right.
But that would be maybe an incorrect assumption.
Yeah, that would be an incorrect assumption. That's definitely not true. You can see from the whole aesthetics of this show that there's a lot of phones going on. That means that you can pick up your phones, not literally, but like that you can call us. This is a call-in show. It's open to everyone. Everyone can call, just talk random stuff. We have a theme, so we can talk about our theme. And we're always waiting for our frequent callers and our friends and our last call. So please feel free to talk to us. There's probably in the chat, whether you're in YouTube or the Twitch, as the young people call it, or Facebook. That they don't do that. Why am I talking like this? Anyway,
I don't know.
Anyway, in the comment feed, like there's a link to our actual StreamYard where you can just join and have a chat with us. Like, this is for real. This is a real link. You can go in there. Please don't turn off your camera.
It's not a prank. It's not a phishing scheme. This is would be pretty elaborate if we went through all this trouble just to lull you into a false sense of security, and then we steal all of your personal data. That is not what's happening here tonight.
Exactly. Let me make sure that you guys understand that is not what's happening. This is not a scam. We don't need your social security number if you're in the US. Nothing like that. You can just call us and turn off your camera. We are not gonna give you a retinal scan, and and we can just chat about stuff. That's what the show's about.
Yeah, well, we can talk about a specific topic. Do we want to? We have before we get to we have a very special guest joining us tonight, Nacho.
We actually do. We absolutely do.
So do you want to do the introduction while I manage the very specific? This is not a guest that's calling in. This is an in-person guest here. So Nacho, please.
This is not just any guest. First of all, it's the amazing comedian and cook, and also one of our best friends, and I think Trevor's best friend. The amazing and very funny, and I hope she brought the funnies. My dear friend, dear's love friend, Matilda Kaiser.
Hello, my dear.
Hello.
Oh goodness. Okay.
We don't have a technical setup that is very efficient for having 2 people here, but we've got it figured out. So yeah, welcome Matilda Kaiser to the Call Time with Double XL.
You have a banner, Matt.
I have a banner. I've made it. I cannot believe how lucky I am.
Yeah. Well,
special.
I'll tell you who's lucky. The 7 callers that are watching.
And you know what? It just jumped up to 10 thanks to Matilda. The Matilda Kaiser bump.
I give online shows a 3-person bump.
Yeah, that's right. That's how they know you. Yeah. You're the 3-person bump. yeah. So, Matti, thanks for joining us for our
It's
show.
my pleasure, my absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything better to do.
No, neither can I, and that's why we're doing this every week. Well, I guess we should get started by talking today about our topic. I do this thing each time. I'm
It's
going to
topic
relax now into the episode or the show because I think each time I do this, like, and here we are live at call time with Double XL, and I'm Trevor, and this is Nacho.
Well, Trevor, if it would be a show where that would be appropriate to speak like this, it would be this show because our theme of today. And do you want to click it or should I click it?
I got it.
I can see your hand on the trigger, my friend. Our topic is halftime shows.
That's
what
right.
What would you do?
Yeah, well, because today of all days is the Super Bowl, and I think a few more people might be tuning into that than are tuning into our show. I'm not a particularly big football fan, but I've kind of watched my fair share of them.
Yeah, and I am. I used to play football actually in Uruguay. I even played in Uruguay's football national team.
Wow!
I don't know if you guys knew that.
How did they ever make it to the Super Bowl or?
Oh, that's funny in so many levels. No, no. Well, I got to play with Brazil though, and
the country or the people or.
We played the people of Brazil.
You played all the people of Brazil.
Yeah, we played all the people of Brazil. They were very unprepared for football. Let me tell you, like they were just like in beach clothing, and like we were like with our helmets and pads. It was a massacre.
Yeah.
Well, maybe sometimes you just need to believe in your own culture so much that you don't abide by the rules of a game.
Well, that's true. That's true. Like when you're Brazilian, like you take a lot of pride in your culture. So I think like that's what they did. And
are you playing the Super Bowl in the background?
No, I'm playing our show in the background.
Oh, well, that's great. Yeah. That's also good.
I'm trying to make sure that
whatever you're trying to do, it really seems like you're stroking your ego with it.
You know what? It's not about my ego. I tell you what it is. Like it's hard to share the show before it starts.
It is, yeah, because it happens, it's live, and then we're on already.
But then the show starts, and then like, how am I going to tell my friends that I'm on a live show? Like, besides,
you can always send. You can send the YouTube. Anyway, this is not enthralling information.
This is our show. This is what's happening. This is what we talk about. And again, so we can get into the topic. I just want to remind everyone, in case the link is not there, that in the comments on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, wherever you're watching, there's a link for the show or to join the show so you can call in. And you can also just sound off in the comments, and we'll feature comments on the screen. So feel free to chip in with your opinion on how things are going, whether you can hear us okay, or you have something funny particularly to contribute.
Or not funny.
Or not funny. Or a poem, as last week we received several poetry submissions.
You had a lot of poetry
We had a poetry submission from Dries.
We have Matti, I don't know if you know, but we're running a poetry competition.
Well, can I still submit?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, funny you would ask, because the closing deadline for the poetry competition is the last Sunday of January of 2022. So
good.
A lot of time.
So I have plenty of time.
We just received a couple of early entries from Dries and from Dan Stern.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? If Dan Stern's in the poetry competition, I don't think I can join. I've seen his work. I've seen his work from the past. I've seen his work as a kid, and I can't compete with that kind of level.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but like I think you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
There's still a year to go.
Let's talk about the topic, I think.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about the topic.
So halftime shows, I think, like, for me, when I think back on watching any Super Bowls, that's the only thing I can actually remember. I don't think I remember any specifics of any game that I've ever watched.
Really?
A Super Bowl game specifically. The halftime
No
shows.
game. You remember no game?
I don't think so, and I'm not, and I feel like the viewers we have, like, I'm not going to make a reference right now to a specific moment in a game that they're going to be like, I was there for that one.
I'm gonna give you a reference to a Super Bowl you were there with me. That like when we
When
watched.
did you guys watch the Super Bowl together?
So there was one time we watched the Super Bowl. We watched the Patriots go against the Falcons at the CCB, and by halftime, the Falcons were killing the Patriots by, like, I don't know, 21 or 28 points. And Trevor just went to sleep. And also, like, let me say, we had ordered like an insurmountable amount of chicken from Riza. And we had it all like there in the table. We put all the couches in the theater and we were projecting the game.
This feels like an event I could have been a part of, but I don't remember.
I don't know why you would have been, because I think that's like when here in Berlin, the reason no one cares about the Super Bowl, or very few people do, is because you have to stay up until midnight just to start watching the game. And that is untenable.
The game starts at midnight and ends like super late. But I just remember that you were there because like you cowardly went to sleep. And you missed one of the best comebacks in like football history.
I remember this, but I don't remember watching the game because I left and went to sleep. I remember the act of missing the exciting parts of the game.
I think it's bad to say that people who go to sleep are cowardly, because I think they're the opposite of cowardly. I think people who choose to go to sleep in situations where you are supposed to be awake are really strong, hard-headed people who go for what they want and not what is expected of them, you know?
That is true. It's in general, it's people that are very much in control of their lives, and I appreciate it. In general, I don't know. I think Trevor was just sleeping and being a little coward and like missed the end of the game.
It was a blowout, if I remember correctly. It was not going very well for one team, and then they made a comeback as soon as I left. Yeah. So should I have stuck it out? Fair enough.
Yeah, we could say like maybe you were responsible for that. Yeah,
but I have an opinion. I mean, beyond halftime shows, which I generally speaking, I really actually enjoy for the most part. I look forward to it each time because it's always like it's like a game of one-upsmanship. I feel like from year to year, like they can't do the same exact thing each time. Otherwise, no one would care. It'd be boring. Even though it's kind of the same variety of tricks they pull out each time, I feel like.
Is that where the thing happened with Janet Jackson's
Yes,
tits?
exactly.
Okay.
And I would argue that was probably the most memorable Super Bowl halftime show. Yeah. And also, they couldn't really top that one. It maybe has been a little bit of a peak, I feel like.
But was it a peak because of the tit and thing, or was it a peak because aside from that it was artistically a strong show?
I don't know. I'm thinking more from the sense of like they couldn't have had a more buzzworthy Super Bowl.
But so artistically, we don't remember whether Justin and Janet did a good job.
I think Janet did an amazing job, if I remember correctly, but
that's probably fair to assume. Yeah.
It just got completely overblown by the tit situation.
Right.
The tit situation.
And it's crazy that it's the actual reason why at the Super Bowl, it's now forever delayed like 1 or 2 seconds, the transmission, just in case they need to cut it off so that the children don't see a nipple.
God,
because,
lest a child see a nipple.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I mean, I think it's safe to say that no one actually saw the nipple because it was covered by the giant piercing. So
right, the piercing was the memorable thing too. Like it wasn't just the nipple. I think that's
true. That was one of the most legendary ones, I think.
But so
I have a couple of other I remember
please, yeah. Then I'll share what I would do as a Super Bowl halftime show myself.
For example, just like a year ago, we were still enjoying life and stuff, and we had the Super Bowl
for just a short more period.
Yeah, for just a short more period, but for a sweet 4 quarters and a halftime show, we thought that 2020 was going to be Shakira and Jennifer J-Lo
Jennifer.
Yeah, what a halftime show that was. I mean, that was crazy. I remember that one too.
That was superb, and we thought that's what 2020 was going to be.
And then Parasite won the Oscar. It was so good. Everything was so
it
good.
was so good.
That was part of the halftime show, I believe, was Parasite winning the Oscar. They
just show Parasite?
They showed Parasite through the whole.
Is that what you would do?
No. I'm happy to share what I would do, but that's not what I would do.
Right, because this our topic is not necessarily about like reminiscing a halftime shows.
It would be a very short show if we were just reminiscing about the halftime shows.
I mean,
it's about what we would do.
I don't think I don't think I know much about the Super Bowl nor the halftime shows, nor do I care, to be completely honest. And I think it's good to put all your cards on the table. I do remember when I moved to the U.S., I'd never heard about the Super Bowl. I didn't know about the tit, but it was just, a concert. And then I remember they were like, oh, we're going to watch this big football game. And I was like, well, I'm not going to join the social event because I'm not interested in said football game. And then someone told me that all it was hanging out and eating food. And so I made spinach ricotta tartlets thinking that was that was the goal, that's what the aim of this thing was. And I was thoroughly disappointed in kind of the whole concept of these Super Bowl afternoons. But aside from that, I think I did go to a couple of Super Bowl watch parties, but I did mostly go to eat wings after that. I do love all the snacks. I love the buffalo wings. I mean, that's really all I love. I love all the snacks. I love the wings. I love the wings.
Nacho, I just saw you flashed to call us on the screen. Yeah, please call us. We have one person waiting in the queue, and we'll get to them soon enough. And they actually did let us know in the private chat we have here, which you can gain access to if you call in, is that the link on the YouTube is apparently not working, but that's only because of the weird copy and paste on YouTube for some reason. So the link ends before the word "feel." So if you want to just copy from right before "feel" starts.
Can't you just paste the link again?
I guess we could just paste just the link in the thing. Nacho, maybe you can do that while I start to talk about what I would do with the halftime show. So I thought about this for a little bit, and I realized that the halftime shows are great. They're fun. They've gotten a little bit kind of mechanical, I think, right? Like it's become a little bit too much about the music and the pop star and the dancing fans and Pepsi and all this kind of stuff. And I thought that's because the halftime show is always about the audience, right? Like the halftime show is for the audience. It's not for the players. And so I started thinking like, what I would want to do is I would want to do a halftime show that is for the players. So I would kind of do a poll, be like, what do you guys want? Like, in an ideal halftime show, what do you want? What kind of food do you want? Okay. What kind of music do you guys want to listen to? Like, who would be a great motivational speaker that can come into the locker rooms? And then the audience can kind of just like, actually, they need a break because they've just been assaulted with imagery of football and commercials, everything. I think we need a nationwide blackout during the halftime show of the Super Bowl. And the players just get, to have some entertainment for once in their Super Bowl experience.
Okay. Do you believe that they are not entertained by what happens? I
don't think they're watching the halftime show. I would be very surprised, right?
Well, then why do you think they would watch your halftime show?
Well, no, my halftime show would be for them. It's not.
Yeah, so for example, they should probably be taking a break.
But it's not on the field. Oh, right. That's another thing. It's not on the field. It's in the locker room.
Oh, it's in the locker room.
Behind the scenes.
It sounds like it's a site-specific theater.
Yeah, it's really
theater experience for them.
So so let me understand. The players get a show in the locker rooms, and then the audience gets a pep talk.
Exactly. Okay,
like, somebody comes out and go like, you guys are not being a great audience.
Yeah.
This is halftime. You guys
are eating too much. You're not pacing yourselves. They're killing us out there. That kind of stuff like that.
Those players are killing us out there.
Do the Yankees play football or baseball?
Baseball. Baseball.
What?
That's ridiculous.
Well, you know what? We all have our own areas of expertise, and this is not mine, nor do I care to improve.
Fair enough.
There you have it.
Should we take a call? maybe.
Yeah, I think we have a very special caller in the line.
Yeah,
that just showed
our
up.
regular. Oh, yeah. So
Oh, I
let's
think
take.
let's
Which one do you
take,
want to do first?
let's take this like famous caller
All
that
right. Well, Nacho,
that
why
just
don't you
showed up.
introduce
I
this
think
person?
like this is very very interesting. Let me introduce for the first time calling into the show, and this is a treat for everyone. If you're in the stream, you should stop the feed right now, and hear this caller out. We have Justin Timberlake on the line, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, Justin.
Justin Timberlake.
It's so great to be on the show, guys.
Oh,
you.
Justin.
Thank you.
Oh my God, it is JT.
Yeah.
It's JT.
It's JT.
JT.
Justin Timberlake.
JT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we're talking about halftime shows, and I know like I kind of had a notorious halftime show, and they won't let me back. But I just want to let y'all know that I've been asking the NFL to let me back, but not for the halftime show, but to play football.
Oh,
Wow.
you want to? Oh, wow.
JT, would you be open to debunking some things about your notorious, your infamous halftime show?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, like, did you want to expose the breast? Was that your goal? Was it a
Right.
mistake, or did
That's what we all want to know.
It was a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that Janet was going to be wearing something underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's what we had practiced. That's what we had rehearsed. And then she was going to rip off my pants.
Oh.
But then I guess some wires got crossed or something, and and then I showed some boob on TV, and
Right.
I do just need to say, like, I feel really bad that she got in all sorts of trouble,
Mm-hmm.
and I basically didn't get into any trouble whatsoever.
Right. Do you think that that's kind of some form of like societal sexism that just didn't, that's why you were saved, so to speak? Even though
I
we
just
could
thought it was-
objectively say it was your fault.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I just thought it was because I'm, Justin Timberlake.
Oh, so you're saying it was racism?
But I'm saying I'm very handsome.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
So
And I'm
Justin,
good. I'm a good
hold on.
person.
I think Janet Jackson is quite handsome
handsome.
herself.
yeah,
I don't
herself,
know.
she's a handsome.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm Justin Timberlake.
That's right. I
Right.
mean, we get it.
Right.
Like, Justin, I'm so excited that you're here in our show. Like Justin Timberlake in call time is just like unheard of. I don't know. Like, do you want to give us a little bit of a treat? Just sing
Yeah,
us
come
something?
on, JT. Little Cry Me a River. Come on.
We'll do the for you.
Or just I'm bringing sexy back just a little.
yeah, just a
Bring back a little
smidge.
bit of sexy back.
I mean, here's the thing, guys, is that I'm contractually not allowed to sing.
Oh,
Okay, well,
Oh, really?
are you allowed to just say the lyrics in a
That's-
rhythmic manner?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, would that be okay?
We're an online Sunday night call time show. We'll literally take what we can get.
Okay. So I mean, as long as it's not going to be disappointing or anything.
oh,
And
no.
I'll just I can say it.
Please, Justin, I just want to warn you. Please don't turn your cam on and show us the nipple. Just like we don't want to go into trouble. Just
No, I know.
Right.
Well, I mean, I am sitting here without a shirt on because that's just my default.
Right.
It's just how I sit around all the time, or fly on planes, or really anything.
You fly on planes without a shirt?
Yeah.
Do you fly the planes? Do planes have like a no shirt, no shoes, no service policy?
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, but again,
You're Justin
I'm
Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake.
Right.
Thank you.
You are
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake. So let me introduce you like properly. Like we can't say singing, but like speaking some of his lyrics in rhythm. The great, the amazing, the only Justin Timberlake.
Do you want me to, this is now where you would want me to?
Yeah, that was your
Yeah,
intro.
that was
Oh, I'm
kind of
so,
like.
oh, I got it.
You
Okay.
were a showman,
Do you want me to
Justin.
go again?
Yeah, do it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the
So
line.
to everyone like watching on the feed, we have an amazing treat. Like right now, live, just in call time, the one, the only, the sweet singer doing some sweet rhythmic words for us. The great, the fantastic Justin Timberlake.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm bringing sexy back. Them other boys don't know how to act. I think it's special what's behind your back. So turn around and I'll pick up the slack. I'm bringing sexy back. Wait. Take it to the bridge.
Beautiful.
That's-
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow, does it literally say "take it to the bridge"?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I do.
You know, it's
Sorry,
kind of,
sorry,
I mean, Justin,
sorry.
I don't know if you know about this, but I did also personally only find out recently, but the show has a history of poetry being read on it. And this really feels like, you know, you just turned your hit into a poem.
So yeah, I guess Justin. Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you, Matilda, for bringing up that we have a poetry competition. We have 2 submissions so far. The deadline's not till next year, but would you maybe submit a poem? Maybe "Sexy Back" is not. You're not able to because it's copyrighted. But maybe
I would love to do that. I mean, I've always considered myself like a modern day Leonard Cohen. So,
Oh, okay.
you know, like my first
you know,
love.
I don't want to hurt you, but I don't think that's how people
See you.
Yeah, I don't.
you.
That's true. Yeah.
It's been one of the biggest disappointments of my career
Right.
is that people don't make that connection.
Oh.
Man, wow. Well,
Wow,
here
that's-
you have a space. We have this competition going for the next year. Like, if you want to come back with some original, like, new poem and just read it, like, because part of the submission is reading it on call time. We will be happy to have you compete. You have to know that, like, both Dries and Dan have created, like, really, like, standout poems.
Yeah.
But, like,
Strong imagery and.
Did-
you're JT. So
I'm JT. I'm gonna get my team of writers. We're gonna make just the most killer poem.
You know, if may I give you a piece of advice, JT?
No one's ever done that before, but yeah, please.
You know, I think that what also was appealing and beautiful about Leonard Cohen is that he did kind of create his own work, that it came from him. So maybe you could take this opportunity. I mean, like, you have a whole year to do it. Maybe you could take this opportunity to not call your writers, but to just sit down with yourself and think, like, what do I care about?
Yeah. Or, I mean, you can go further. You can walk a mile in Leonard Cohen's shoes. You can book a room in the Chelsea Hotel.
Unfortunately, you can't do that right now.
So it maybe when all this COVID stuff's over, Justin, you can kind of revive the Chelsea Hotel. And
Again, I'm pretty sure it's just completely done.
the Chelsea Hotel's gone. Okay, so you kind of missed the boat on the Chelsea Hotel, unfortunately.
I'll make a new Chelsea hotel and I'll book a room.
Wow, yeah, that'd be really cool.
Great. All right. Well, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, thanks, Justin. Thank you so much. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm sure you. I mean, I don't want to ask how you found the show, but I'm sure every year you sit down on this Super Bowl Sunday and you Google halftime show.
I have a Twitter alert for halftime show, and it's.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
I do feel very sad that we didn't get a poetic greeting of Crimea River, but
wow, Crimea River, what a tune! What a tune!
what a tune!
Nacho, is that your way of like tuning back into the conversation?
Yeah, he was definitely watching something on his phone.
Wow, Crimea River, what a song!
What a tune!
Top of the charts. Well, Justin, we're gonna thank you and
thanks so much.
Bye,
Really
Justin. Thank
amazing,
you.
really great.
Thank you, Justin.
Amazing.
Wow, I cannot
Believe.
believe that we got to speak to JT himself.
I mean, this is our first celebrity to join the show.
You guys, it was just his 40th birthday, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't wish
He's
him a happy
40?
birthday. That's quite rude of us.
I think he's 40. Yeah.
Wow, he takes care of himself.
He does. His wife, made him a nice cake. I
Who's
learned
his
this watching. His wife is Jessica Biel,
Oh,
actress
wow.
from Seventh
Seventh
Heaven.
Oh, wow. That's right.
Yeah.
Really exciting. I
You
mean,
know
I would. We could talk about JT this whole show. I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, this
Oh my
is
God.
turning into the
But
JT
we have
show.
a problem. So I think like both Matty and I haven't submitted like what would we do for halftime show.
Yeah, please. And
So we
then
we can chat a bit about that. So I think my halftime show would be a Chekhov play.
A Chekhov play.
Chekhov.
Is it Chekhov?
Chekhov. How do you
Okay,
pronounce
so
it?
you would do like full on theater.
Yeah,
For,
Chekhov.
full on Chekhov play.
Okay. Which one?
Three Sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And
but like but I know that the stadium is too big for a theater play, so I would make them.
I think it's too small.
I think it's just right.
I think it's too small.
I think like audience.
The kind of theater I'm interested in, it's too small.
But you cannot see the actors very well. So I
Well,
would
would you
make a
just-
whole Chekhov play in animatable puppets. So this is like huge, like wooden and like colorful paper constructions that are just acting out the whole like Three Sisters for 3.5 hours. Just like, because why can't the halftime show have its own Super Bowl? Like it would be the Super Bowl of theater right there in the middle of the halftime show of the Super Bowl of Super Bowls.
Sure. I don't know. I'm weirdly, I feel like I'd be a great candidate to have a positive reaction to this. And I weirdly am not. I'm not having like a gut of, oh yeah, that's great. I mean, there's something about the disconnect between puppets and Chekhov that I just don't, it just doesn't.
But think about it. Think like, what's the name of this play? The one with the horse?
War Horse.
War
Horse.
War
Okay,
Horse. That's
yeah.
not Chekhov.
No, I know,
No,
but
I know,
it's this
I know.
reference for the
Okay.
giant animatronic.
Think
whatever.
about think about War Horse, but Chekhov.
Yeah.
No, you should keep calling it Chekhov.
Chekhov.
Chekhov. That's
Chekhov.
how we do it in
Write
Spanish.
me a play. No, I see where you're coming from artistically, but I'm not meeting you. Where
And
you
Nacho,
are.
this would be they would perform it in the original Russian, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now I'm with you.
course,
Now
right,
it
yeah.
makes sense.
Absolutely.
Because there's something about like us being able to understand the puppets that I think was annoying, but by the fact that the majority of the audience won't know what the puppets are saying, I'm in for that.
There's also something about the Super Bowl that's distinctly not Russian, I think. And I think it would be a nice...
And plus, I think it would make for amazing headlines. I think it would really send a lot of kind of middle of the road Americans thinking that the Super Bowl has been hacked by Russians, and it would be great because it would get people to stop caring about the Super Bowl so much, because suddenly not even that is sacred anymore. Even that was hacked by the Russians.
Yeah, and I think the Russians would pay for it.
I'm
like
sure
the whole
they
production,
will.
the whole production, and people will learn about theater. But yeah, you're right. I think the puppets was like, the idea is the show would be alienating in itself, and the puppets is what brings you back. What brings the audience back to something they understand.
And this kind of goes hand in hand with my idea, because I think that if I'm a player and I want to get my head in the game for the next half, I think sitting down and to nice contemplative, serious theater might be something that can reframe my life in a dramatic context, and I can be inspired.
Is it a problem for the game of football to take just like a leisurely 3-hour break? Because I'm assuming you're going to do an uncut version, right? You're going to go.
Yeah, of course. But I think like that is a problem, because in general, like, you want to stay warm. So that would be almost like playing 2 games, 2 half games.
Then maybe the halftime, you do the halftime and then you take another hour to get warm again. And then you do like a replay of the first half, which would be a good warm up for then the second half.
Right. Yeah. Matti, I'm very curious about what is your idea? What would you do?
Well, I have not thought about this extensively, but off of the top of my head,
So you haven't been pondering this for the past 20 years?
I've not, no. But I would say off the top of my head, gun to my head without thinking, I would sing Total Eclipse of the Heart while making an omelet, and it would be just me, no costumes. It would just be like a really lo-fi kind of thing. It would really just be like a moment to reset, right? Like I think that the halftime shows,
like a TED Talk, basically.
Yeah, but the halftime shows are all like, you're overstimulated.
I like this.
And I think that a break should be there to understimulate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this. I mean, it's not exactly what we're talking about, but like I like the idea of I think for next year for the Super Bowl that it just needs to be a TED Talk. That's what needs to happen in the middle.
Right.
I think that would be,
I mean, that's totally not what I was saying,
that's
but
not
I'm glad
what
that
I
you
was
took
saying.
my idea and made it yours.
I think that would be really great.
Yeah,
I mean, a call to
hopefully-
action, climate change or something.
Yeah, hopefully not a TED Talk about traumatic encephalopathy. Yeah, that would probably be too much, on the too much side. But,
I mean, I think it would be great to learn about it.
Yeah, probably in that context, that would be a bit too much for the players as well, right?
Yeah.
Pardon my yawning.
It's okay.
Oh no, it's been pardoned.
You don't bore me. It's just life as a whole.
Well, you, as I said, you look the most Berliner, kind of like this, like old-fashioned Berlin attitude of, life. It's
Nihilism.
Nihilism. Yes, thank you.
So we have a caller in the queue. I think we should chat with a regular caller of ours, a frequent contributor. But again, just if you're watching the show, click the link in the thing to go to StreamYard and join our call and chat with us. Honestly, the topic is, as you can see, very, very freeform. You can really take it any which direction you want. But
yeah, and anybody can call, and please join us, and we can have a chat. It doesn't matter if you're even a renowned artist like Justin Timberlake. I mean, that's not the bar we have.
Yeah.
You can be anybody and just call us.
But anyway,
calls coming in.
So let's go ahead and get back to the phones, as they say in college. So Dries, welcome back to the show.
Oh my God, Trevor, Nacho, I am so happy to be in the show this week. It's great. And can I just say your special guest? Wow, what a treat this week it is. It's already one of my favorite episodes.
Thank you,
Dries.
That's
Thank you so
kind
much.
of you.
That's great to hear. I am very excited that you're excited about the show, and I can't wait to hear what you're gonna talk about. Like what would you do in the halftime of a football show? So, yeah.
To be honest, I don't really have anything about the topic of the show, unfortunately.
That's great.
But,
I think that's great. Honestly, I support that.
I just want to say,
I appreciate your honesty, at least in that one.
Yeah,
I was going to say my life has improved so much since last week. I've purchased these Raycon E55 wireless headphones and earbuds, and they are 36 hours with no charge of playing, great sound quality, and they look as they look very in style right now.
Could you say the brand more clearly?
I was talking about these Raycon, and it's the E55, especially they're the high-end version, and I have to say, that's completely changed the way I'm listening to your show right now.
That's great.
Wow, that's great. That's
I have to say, I'm using, I don't know, these are Trevor's. I guess these are Sennheiser.
I guess these are Sennheiser or something.
But I have to say, I'm not satisfied personally.
Yeah, Matilda and I we're using Sennheisers.
This is a Sennheiser household.
This is Sennheiser.
Well, I'm using Bose.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
So,
and Dries, may I ask you a question?
Of course. Go right ahead.
Was this a purchase you've been thinking about for a long time? Was this, did you do a lot of research, or was this more of like an impulse buy?
To be honest, I did my research and I went to the website. I even ordered and returned a couple of products. From the big brands to the small brands, I don't think I was ever really satisfied until I purchased my Raycons E55.
Dries, I'm gonna have to stop you right there and call you out. Like, what's going on, man? Like, we have we have a theme for the show, which is like we're gonna talk about halftimes at Super Bowl,
Mhm.
and you're suddenly like upselling these earbuds or headphones.
And
Like,
also, you've called in. This is the third week in a row you've called in and not spoken on the topic.
I think that's great. I think you guys should stop putting pressure on your
No, it's
topics.
okay. We're fine with it. We have fun. But Dries,
but
you sound completely different as well.
yeah, you sound like you're actually just like sold advertisement for our show, and you're like executing this advertisement, this product placement. Yeah, what's going on, Dries?
Okay, by law, I have to say, yes, I'm being paid to say this by law. But if we ignore this, it will remain as if it is organic. So if we can just move on from this conversation and keep it on the Raycons E55s, I am happy to talk about this topic.
So, okay, the Raycons
Raycons.
Raycons.
Yeah.
What are they called? Raycons E55s. Is that right?
Yeah, that's completely correct.
Okay, so these Raycons A55, do you think that, let's say during a Super Bowl in a halftime show, could you hand these out to the whole kind of
Could everyone in the
people? Could
audience
everyone
get
in the
one?
audience have a pair and kind of do like a silent disco halftime show?
Ooh, that would be a way to one up the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I don't think I could say it anywhere, anything better. My first gut reaction was to make a great sales presentation in the middle of the halftime show, but for actually the customers to experience this product, Matilda, I think you're onto something.
Well, thank you, Dries. I couldn't have gotten this idea without you trying to sell these headphones.
Dries, let me ask you, like, we now realize that, of course, you're obliged by contract to sell us these headphones. But like, let's say just as a personal, private, like Dries, like stay at home Dries, like really, what would you want to see like in a halftime show tonight? Tonight is the Super Bowl, right? You're gonna tune in. You're gonna have a bit of popcorn, some wings, and like. And the show's gonna come up. What's your wish? What would you want to see?
If I'm not being paid to say what I want, then
Right, yeah. In this question, you're not being
Okay.
paid.
In this question, you're not being paid. Yeah.
okay. So I don't have to do the voice then. All right.
They make you do the voice?
Are you contractually obligated to change your voice?
It's a pretty big contract. I first thought they were just sending me papers for my printer, but no, it was that's good. I think I've been thinking about this a little bit. I would give the spotlight to lesser known sports.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
I love that. I think that's actually
That's
really nice.
beautiful.
Because I can imagine that now, where it's like
So
the
good.
NFL logo comes up, and then someone comes out in the center of the field, and they're just like thank you for watching the whatever the 2021 Super Bowl, whatever number it is, 50 some odd numbers. NFL is proud to be one of the most popular sports in the world. Not every sport has the opportunity that we have.
Dries, what sport would be your first pick?
Personally, it would be badminton.
Badminton, that's
Yeah.
good. And so then a stage kind of rolls out where people are like dancers or something are kind of performing the other sport, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then in
But
the
it's like a
future-
beautiful performance of the sport. It's not quite a realistic one. It's almost like a dreamlike performance of that sport, I think.
Yeah, like our football is a dreamlike performance of rugby, for example.
Right.
Oh, I thought like it was.
I feel
gonna
like
be
that's a joke that could have upset a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
a lot of Americans. But wait, I thought the concept was like actually a game, just in the middle of the
I
game.
thought that like the halftime is just like a
Like, you know?
whole
Mine
game
was-
of the
I-
other
I-
sport.
Yeah.
extrapolated
halftime
a
of the
bit.
Super Bowl curling championship.
And now your 2010 U.S. Olympic silver medalist curling team.
Although I have to say, I think curling gets too much press. Like I
Curling
don't think
gets
curling
in the Olympics.
That's
It does.
True.
I mean, also like in comedy and in improv, curling gets so much press.
I
And
like
think
curling.
that we should just not give curling that much press.
Curling is apparently a very popular. From what I understand, at the Olympics, it's where a lot of the most like public intoxication happens because apparently it's like quite a popular drinking sport, I guess. Which is pretty funny.
What's the halftime show in curling?
Okay, so
football game.
you have ice, you have brooms, you have things like what? I mean, I would do like a musical number from Mary Poppins on ice or something like this. So.
I think it should just be a series of older men getting heart attacks.
Why is that funny?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ice.
The World Series.
Because old men get heart attacks when they shovel snow.
That's not funny.
Oh, I love that. No, it's not funny, but this is what it would be like. One of those. I'm extrapolating.
As always, have you for any of these ideas not
Trevor,
extrapolated?
thanks for letting us know that you will extrapolate.
And I will begin extrapolating now. It should be like one of these things where like the guy you don't know it's a show and someone just comes out and they're shoveling and then it's like he has a heart attack and everyone's like, oh, like what's gonna happen? And then someone comes out center stage and be like none of you reacted. Like shame on you. This man is an actor and you're lucky he's an actor.
And then like another actor comes out and another actor and then it's just.
Yeah. This is beautiful. You made us think so much, Dries.
No problem.
You're the most thoughtful.
Dries, may I ask you another question?
Of course.
For how long are you?
Let me tell you, you can ask the questions to our callers. I know your guest.
I'm a big proponent of consent. So
I know, but
so Dries, how long? I mean. For your benefit, how long are you locked into this Raycon contract?
It was for this weekend only.
Okay, that's good.
So
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, but it's contingent on how the listeners of the shows I will call into respond and how the sales of Raycon will go up. So,
cool. Do you have a code that we can use or?
Yeah, rayconglobal.com /Dries.
How do we
with an exclamation mark?
Yeah, wait. How do we put that energy into spelling of Dries?
It's each letter twice and then 2 exclamation marks.
Okay, Dries.
It's each letter twice. So rayconglobal.com /DDRRIIEESS exclamation mark.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Dries. Thank you for calling once again.
That was an amazing call. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dries.
Wow, that was very exciting.
Wow. Well, we have a bunch of callers.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time, so we should just keep moving right along, I think.
Absolutely.
Coming in next to the phone is someone who I haven't seen in quite a long time, and I'm happy to hear from this person. Please welcome Stuart. Stuart, thank you for calling.
Hi, Stuart.
Good evening, everybody. I'm amazed that you recognized my name, Trevor.
Yeah,
to be fair,
no,
I recognized it too. I just didn't say it.
Matilda didn't say if she recognized it too. Nacho, do you want to say that you recognized it as well?
Oh, I absolutely recognize Stuart.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was thinking I'd be a bit of an anticlimax after Justin Timberlake and the official spokesperson for Raycon. I thought me coming next would drive everyone away.
I think you're off to a great start. I mean, this is a star-studded show, so I hope you've got something good for us.
Oh, I'm going to be emotional then, and just quickly say that it's amazing to be talking to you guys again. I was in Berlin in 2019 and pretty much got my start there, and I want to quickly say that I'm now living in Sheffield in Northern England.
Oh,
so
wow.
Coming here live from Sheffield, and I've basically started doing stuff with them. So now I'm part of a group in Sheffield called the Alternative Cobra Meeting, and
cool,
cringeworthy shout out to them and to everybody who watches us, because I've been doing some quizzes and stuff like that with them. So that's been really, really fun. And yeah, it's been really, really good. And yeah, I owe it a lot of it to doing stuff at the Comedy Cafe Berlin. I'm putting my
That's
thumbs
awesome.
up now as we speak.
That's awesome, Stuart. Like, thank you so much for saying that. Like, I'm very happy that you found like a community and like that you're enjoying it so much. That's really great.
Yeah,
I
it's
hope
always
they're
nice
listening.
to hear.
I hope they're listening in. Otherwise, that was a complete waste of time.
Well,
I think we've got a listener in Sheffield or two. I don't know.
yeah.
Let's hope so.
Out of the
Let's hope
out
so.
of the 8, probably 2 are from Sheffield.
And this
I wouldn't
lives
put it
online afterwards, so maybe
Yeah, Stuart,
maybe
you
thousands
can
of
send it to them and force them.
thousands
to
of
watch it.
Sheffieldians will wake up to the news that you were on
Yeah.
the stream. And,
On the same show as Justin Timberlake.
yeah,
This could be the biggest news for Sheffield.
in a while.
I wouldn't put it past the city to have that kind of attention span, but there's very little going on. Yeah, I might as well answer the question as well.
Please,
I've been
Yeah,
thinking
please
about
do.
this
Topic.
because unrelated, and one of the things I've done on my with my group has been a show which sort of taken a sideways look at what we Brits call football, soccer, American, non-American football, and what kind of I realized was we came up with a few ways of spicing up soccer that I think would possibly be useful for a halftime show. We were quite interested in nicknames for football teams because they had some had very odd football nicknames. Like my football team of choice is Everton, and our nickname is the Toffees. So there we go. Not entirely sure why.
Like toffee pudding.
Yeah, like toffee pudding. Yeah, that about sums us up, really. Actually, but obviously American football teams have nicknames as well, and quite aggressively, sort of animal-esque or just big, impressive nicknames. So I was thinking, put those to the test in the halftime show. Get the owners of the companies, the big CEOs, the owners of the football team.
I like where this is going.
I'm already into it. And
have them compete with whatever nickname their team has. So it's the Buccaneers, isn't it? This Super Bowl. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Have the owner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a one-on-one fight with an actual pirate.
Yeah. I like
So
this.
It's like the Coliseum.
Yeah, sort of Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Yeah.
But wait, Stuart,
go on, Matilda.
So then, if the owners don't win the battle, is that team automatically out of the second half?
Good question.
Well, I was just thinking that if the owner lost, then whoever beat them would then own the team. So in that case, it would be an actual Buccaneer.
Some lucky pirate, yeah.
Because I was thinking that would work for the. I remember going to a game, an American football game that was at Wembley in London, and it was I believe the Detroit Lions versus the Atlanta Falcons. And quite frankly, I'd like to see a member of the 1% fight a lion.
Yeah.
So,
Well, okay, I'm gonna one up you here. I think, Stuart. Like, I think it should be the 30 teams that are not under Super Bowl, the 30 owners, and the 30 whatever their names is, like 30 Lions, Eagles, Seahawks stuff, and 30 white men, and just battling it out. Like, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would definitely be my favorite.
There's some interesting like mascot type or things. So you'd have Buccaneers, right? You'd have Falcons. You'd have Bears. You'd have Giants. You'd have Patriots. I'm not quite sure what that one would be.
Patriots are the hardest thing to beat.
I guess so. You'd have Seahawks. You'd have Rams.
But you would also have
Jets.
Jets. You would have a Jet. You would have a Packer, a person that works in the packing industry.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the most volatile of enemies to fight. So yeah.
Yeah, a Steeler.
I like
A
this.
Steeler. He would steal the fight.
Stuart, I like this enough that I would, in my opinion, would make this the Super Bowl and the game happens during the halftime show.
I would happily, if you get Justin Timberlake back, try and get him to endorse it. He knows people.
I mean, I think Justin Timberlake would be a great MC for this whole thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And we could have it by Raycons.
Yeah.
Yes. Although I think if it's a
I wanna
battle
make-
like this, I think if it's like a sort of really violent battle like this, it would be sponsored more likely by like Raytheon or
What's Raytheon?
it's like the largest weapons manufacturer
Oh.
in the world.
I have a big knowledge gap on all
Ray.
things sports and guns
And weapon manufacturers.
and weapon
yeah.
manufacturing. I'll say that I feel like maybe at the end of this battle, Stuart, the victory is just a pair of Raycons. But they don't
Yeah.
know it's a special prize.
Yeah.
Turns out it's just a pair of Raycons.
Yeah,
That's
And it's-
beautiful.
pretty good.
And it's buried somewhere in the middle of the United States, and they've got to find it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole
It's a
other
beautiful
show.
idea.
Stuart, you get a lot of great ideas, and I think I would watch that absolutely.
Yeah.
I would absolutely watch that.
Stuart,
well,
we
thank
need
you.
we need to move on, but like, what a great call! Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you
And,
so
like,
much.
Thank
Stuart.
you for your thanks at the beginning as well.
Yeah, and
Thank
for
you.
hearing
Honestly,
that you're doing so great. Yeah.
Honestly, thank you. It honestly means a lot to be talking to you guys again, and yeah, hopefully transcontinental comedy keeps being a thing because guys again. So
Well, it's happening
That's
here
awesome.
every week except for next week, but that's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
thank you, Stuart. Bye bye.
thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Stuart.
Yeah, guys, stay care.
Bye. Why aren't you
Okay.
guys doing a show next week?
It's Valentine's Day,
Okay.
and CCB will have other more exciting plans, so stay
right.
tuned for that. So we have last caller in the queue. I think, Nacho, this means it's time to do our last call over with Barcam.
Exactly. So if you're a last caller, just stick around. This doesn't mean
around,
that you're
hang
not being
tight.
called. But to prepare us for the last caller, we have our last call drink with our bar cam.
Just to say before Cam goes on, Carl Clancy commented his halftime show would just be a projection of Prince's 2007 halftime show. Probably the lowest budget way of doing things, so that's pretty good, Carl. I think anyone can probably do that on YouTube, I guess, themselves. We can just send around a link. You don't even need to project it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so now everybody from my dining room, my friend and flatmate, bar cam. Cameron.
You need you more tonight. And then, I'm sorry, guys.
Thank you.
Making an omelet,
Thank you.
singing Total Eclipse. Let me take my Raycons out, even though the melody on them is excellent. So,
Thank you. Hi, Cam. How are you doing?
oh, I'm fantastic, guys. You know, it's a wonderful snowy day here, and getting ready to watch two teams that I don't care a ton about play some football, which means I get to concentrate on getting hammered. So,
Wonderful.
I did have to switch directions midway because I thought we were talking about superb owls today. I was going to do like an alcoholic owl pellet. But instead, you know, since we're talking about Super Bowl halftimes, you guys mentioned my favorite memory, which is Janet Jackson's nipple. I thought we would do a little play on the slippery nipple shot.
Ah,
Ooh, a nipple
doing-
twist.
Yeah, we're doing exactly. And because we're doing a play on it because I didn't have any of the ingredients for a slippery nipple. So we're going to do a Jägermeister based one that I'm going to call German nipple torture porn. So I'm making a couple here since it's going to be both Nacho and I, because definitely going to make him do one. So we're going to start with 3/4 of an ounce of Jägermeister in each glass. And then, so a slippery nipple is traditionally a butterscotch liqueur and Irish cream. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some coffee liqueur. I'm using Mr. Black. So it would do 3/4 of an ounce, but since it's for Nacho and I'm going to do 1.5 ounces. That is 45 milliliters.
wow. I can't believe you just gave the conversion. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
There.
You know, Cam doesn't fool around.
Yeah. And then we're going to do the same amount, 1.5 ounces of 45 mils of cream, heavy cream. This is a fun technique that I'm not sure is going to work or not. But if you have one of these strainers, this is a Hawthorne strainer. It's pretty typical. You might have one of these in the bar. This little guy, this spring, comes out for cleaning.
Ooh.
And it is actually a good way to try and help whip up this cream a little bit. So what we're going to try to do
Ooh.
is just give this some good hard shakes to try to whip the cream up a little bit, get it a little aerated, and then we'll be able to float it on top of the Jägermeister.
Wow.
Ah,
I love the creativity that you put into these each week.
It's amazing.
It's inspiring.
this is truly.
I didn't.
inspiring.
We didn't have a drink kind of to share this time. Last week I had made a cocktail. We didn't properly plan it. We had to buy beers just from a random Vietnamese restaurant. Oh no!
That's
Please,
nice.
Cam. The noise was fine. I think
No, the noise
Yeah.
was pleasant. It was
We
it's
all
good.
enjoyed
unnerving
it.
to see the silent shaking.
Yeah, well, I figured that it did make great podcast material, the gentle clinking.
Look, there's enough people for whom I think that would be a beautiful sound.
Yeah, some ASMR.
Yeah. Nacho, how are your ears doing?
They're fine.
That weird thing.
That's a beautiful bar behind you, Cam.
Oh, thank
Cam.
you. Yes, this is. Back in the day, they built in a lot of bars in these old houses. So
You know,
Let's see if
people
we can-
took drinking more seriously.
Yeah.
exactly, there was literally nothing else to do. Very similar to right now.
Wow, that is
Wow.
frothy.
Oh my god.
That looks great.
Okay, also those
Whoa.
shot glasses are gorgeous.
You guys are. Do you know how lucky I am in this house now?
Yeah, you.
Yeah,
you like
I'm kind of
it. Dang.
slipping away in a slippery nipple of jealousy.
Dang.
Comment from Carl Clancy. Cam is a goddamn national treasure. I have to agree.
Yeah.
All right. So
Wow. That's I think probably the best drink being made right now anywhere.
so we got nice little layer. Oh, where's the camera?
Here.
Oh,
there.
there.
Yeah.
Ah, beautiful.
Nice.
So Nacho, I'm gonna come find you.
Yeah.
Wow. This is always the most exciting moment of each week, where the dull air of the amount of time it
Definitely
takes
mine.
you have to walk over to
There you
Nacho.
go.
Well, that was
I think that
actually
the best
faster than I thought it would be.
garnish for this would be if we just twist each other's nipples a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Hmm.
Oh yes. Oh, the coffee. Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, Jaeger is it's maligned because of its association with
Jaeger bombs.
20-year-old frat bros.
Right.
But
But it's good.
yeah, it's a good German liqueur. So
Oh my God,
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
I think Matilda
that was
is.
wonderful. Thank
I think
you, Cam.
I think I need to make a point to have more liquor around the house just for Sundays. Just for Sundays.
Wow, that was amazing.
Because I can't
That was
exactly
really-
indulge in any other things on camera.
Yeah, I cannot really translate how good that was. Yeah, the creamy coffeeness on top of the Jaeger. Oh my God, just perfect. Really perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that was wonderful. I'm very glad I
Yeah,
got to experience that.
Yeah. So
that was our last call drink.
which means it's time for the last call.
time for the last call. So, Trevor?
So let's welcome to the show a good friend of ours, the great Anna S.
Oh my
Anna,
God.
hi.
I didn't know that I was going to be the last caller. I thought I was one of many last callers and you were choosing one person. What a surprise.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, not that many people called in today. You are the last caller, and
I turned my camera off, but that doesn't matter. That's wasting time. What's the big question? Halftime.
Look, I mean, you
right?
can if you did. Can she turn
We
her
can-
camera on if she wants to?
Oh, no, you
Yeah,
don't
we
have
can.
to. I was asked if I wanted the camera, and I was like, I don't know. I was doesn't matter.
Okay.
Halftime shows, what would I do?
No, Trevor's very anxiously holding up his left hand.
oh no,
so
I was
don't
just gonna
know.
say, it's our show. Okay, yeah, it's on.
There you go.
Hi, Anna, great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys too. I realize that I haven't really spoken to anybody for a very long time, and I'm having a hard time constructing sentences.
Well, then this show exists solely for you then to
it's a great,
call into just to
it's a great
speak.
practice space.
Actually, a
Finding
couple
my
weeks ago,
way-
Michelle had the same
I got
problem.
into the show because finding my way to here was quite perplexing. It kept saying like, find the link, and then it started to become an obsession to me, and I was like, where's the link?
Yeah.
Where's the link? And I didn't even ask myself, did I want to be on the show? It was just about finding the link, and then I found it, and then I was here. And
Right.
That would be a fun, Nacho, just brainstorm for a second. That would be a fun theme for a show, is to basically make an escape room where people have to solve puzzles in order to get into the show.
But then what if everyone gives up?
Then we just talk and it's like, anyone solve the clues yet?
And it's just like any other show.
You know what
I
I like
really
about
wanna
the
make
two
it
of you
harder.
is that you always build yourselves up for absolute success. That's what you do. That's the two of you build yourselves up for success.
Yeah, that's what we do. How are you doing, Anna?
Yeah, Anna, besides not having spoken, how are you?
Just words.
Words are hard. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, going through New Year's life crises. I think it's okay now, though. It's February. So we made it a month later.
Yeah.
And no, it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Whatever. It's fine. I'm fine. Okay? Stop asking.
Right. Okay. Oh, wait.
It's all good. It's all good.
No, yeah, no
We
pressure.
can ask about the prompt of the show just to remove pressure from like real life, because like here we can talk about hypotheticals,
Yeah, like fun things like halftime shows. What would you do?
Yeah, exactly. So I haven't had much time to think, but I've been listening to the other people. And then I realized, you know what I would really love to see? There's a park in Berlin, for those international viewers that don't know about it. There's these beetles that fly up at the end of the night. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's like 2 years ago, there was like this attack of these like big dumb beetles that would come out at sunset, and they didn't bite. They were just stupid, and they would you would hear from far away people screaming because they would just like come out all at sunset, and they would just like fly into your head, and there was millions of them because apparently they only come out once every 7 years or something like that.
Ooh, okay. That's why.
Like cicadas, I guess.
Like cicadas, but they weren't cicadas. They were.
Wait, but cicadas come every year, I thought. No,
there's some cicadas, and I learned this here in the US, that come every 17 years.
Yes, that's what I always knew.
But in Italy, you have cicadas all summer, every summer.
Exactly. So I would love to have a cicada concert in the halftime show, since there's also going to be no viewers, right? So it won't annoy anybody, but we can have like sort of a David Attenborough, like cicada or beetle kind of thing, where they all come out of the ground all of a sudden. It'll be a problem maybe because the whole ground will be then full of holes or something.
So, I mean, I'm going to extrapolate on your idea, as I've done on other people's ideas so far. And I always give them credit by saying I'm going to extrapolate on their ideas. That you could also kind of do like a Old Testament biblical type thing with this like plague of insects. I think.
I like the idea of big insects. Kind of coming out.
Jumanji kind of thing.
Yeah, like a huge locust swarm.
Yeah.
Just
and why
taking
stop
over.
there? I mean, let's just then, kill the firstborns.
Yeah.
And then, let's just go through all of the punishments, really.
Well, also
And
maybe
now,
like your halftime
enter in
show.
the stadium, the firstborn.
So the show is really just biblical punishments.
Yeah, specifically Old Testament, because I mean,
Old Testament.
Yeah.
So what are the plagues? Do we remember how many plagues are there also in the first place? Is it 7, 9, 10 plagues?
It's either 7 or 9, I think.
Yeah,
7 or 9.
All of the grain goes bad. No.
Yes.
Right.
And
so suddenly every beer goes bad.
Every beer goes bad, and then both football teams have to march to Israel.
I think, and I think this might be what the Super Bowl is.
I mean, it's really funny because when you read that biblical story, you think like, wow, they took a really long time to get there. And I've checked on Google Maps, and it should only take them a few days. So I don't really get it. Yeah.
By foot?
Really not that far by foot.
But from where to where? From where to where did you?
To Canaan's land, which is Israel, basically.
And
it's not that far, really. But now with the football players walking from, I am not keeping up, but wherever this football game is going to be,
Tampa.
Where?
Tampa.
Well, it's a bit closer than if it was in California, let's say.
Yeah, a bit closer. So
how do they cross the ocean?
They split.
They split it, of course.
Yes, right.
Yeah. I mean, first they have to get stressed, and maybe they won't be able to, and then all of a sudden it splits, and then a really long walk across. But
I like this idea. I like it a lot. I think it would be a little long for the broadcast purposes, although it's a lot of ad space, so it might do very well. But I think what we need really is like a very theatrical like telling of what will happen to these players.
Well,
like
maybe,
as we're sending them off, like we have dancers who play the players as they part the Atlantic Ocean and all this puppets, warhorse style.
Well, maybe
puppets.
it is a good idea to turn this whole, the Super Bowl is such a big deal to Americans. Why one day? Why not spread it over a whole week, and really make it a national holiday?
Yeah. Because it will only take them a week to walk across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking football.
Who knows
players,
what kind of mountains exist underneath?
Well, but also, but I feel like football players, they're sporty.
Yeah, they're athletic.
Maybe they could jog.
Sporty, yeah.
That also keeps them warm, because when they arrive in Israel, it's time for the second half.
Yeah, and they're not pulling goats or anything behind them or something. They're just, got a football. That's about it.
Yeah, whole exodus.
Pardon?
Whole exodus.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Trevor, for extrapolating on my idea.
I'm happy to do that. I want to highlight a comment from Dries. Dries says, halftime show, one of the 7 biblical plagues, please. NS 2020. Just quoting you, I guess is what the comment is. It's not adding anything.
also
it's not extrapolating.
I always need a man to repeat what I just said.
Yeah.
He quoted you directly.
Also, he finds a way to quote you directly, but not exactly directly what you said.
No.
You don't recognize those words, actually.
Nobody said exactly that thing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dries also says that the 8th plague is nipples everywhere.
That's a plague?
Yeah, apparently.
I think it's a plague that we cover our nipples.
Yeah, that is true. Plague. Yeah.
The free the nipple movement is alive and well.
I think so.
Absolutely, as it should be.
Well, my battery has just gotten very low, so I'm going to grab my charger. I think.
Is that the end of the show?
I'm just going to go get the charger so we don't exit the show too fast.
Yeah, well, you get it. I guess.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I guess, Anna, thank you for your, for your contribution, for your ideas. I think that there's no better way to end talking about Super Bowl halftime shows than to talk about, the Bible.
Yeah.
This is, at the end of the day, not a secular event.
No, absolutely not. What is?
Yeah. Right.
But
what is?
Who would have thought that, like, just talking about the Super Bowl, we could have gone, like, so much back in time, like, talked about the Bible, the plague, talked about the Colosseum, and, like,
understand life.
Understand life, have Justin Timberlake, like, really, like, learn about Sheffield. Like, it's been an amazing show.
It's been a beautiful journey.
Yeah, I agree.
What a beautiful journey.
Well, Anna, thank you so much for calling. I'm glad we were able to talk to you and see you as well.
It's really nice to see you guys, and I hope to see you soon again.
Yes, hopefully.
Thank you, Anna. It's a pleasure.
Okay,
thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that brings us to the end of the show.
Yeah, and what a show it was, Trevor. What a show it was.
It was. If you're still watching, you can donate to Comedy Cafe Berlin to help keep the theater running while the doors have to stay closed, unfortunately, for the
foreseeable future.
At the moment, the foreseeable future. Hopefully not too deep into the foreseeable future. So you can do that. And there's also lots of merch you can buy to support the theater. You can buy gift cards to use at a future date, etc.
Yeah, and if you want to support also the artists working, there's Like there's a training school that you can join. There's also pop-in improv classes that you can also join and get to learn from different improvisers in the community, which is very cool.
Yeah,
So-
Matilda, you just taught
I
a
did
drop-in
just
class this weekend.
teach
How was
an
that?
online drop-in class yesterday. It was very fun. We had a lovely time.
That sounds great. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Nacho, we won't see each other on this next week, but everyone tune back in the week after that, and we'll call in.
Yeah.
Please,
And-
never hesitate to call. It's gonna go well.
Yeah, it always goes well when you call. And like, let's all enjoy a great Super Bowl evening to everyone, and hope the halftime show is at least 1% as good as the ones that we had in our minds.
I doubt
Highly
it.
doubt it.
I doubt
Yeah.
it. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night.